Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now today on Outer Limitless Blades, we are going to look at the Oknife Duron. Oknife is a company whose products I've been really enjoying, carrying a number of their blades, checking out a number of their excellent designs, and they do a fantastic job. Now with the Duron here, this is one of the newer folders in their lineup at the time of this video. Nitro-V blade steel, aluminum handles, just a very utility driven design, which I definitely enjoy. And so as we take a look at this, and so as we get into this, Outer Limitless Blades is a spin-off channel from my original Outer Limitless channel. I've taken all of my knife content, moved it to its own platform. So that's what you get here on Outer Limitless Blades. So do me a favor, help me out, subscribe to this channel. And really at this point, if you like full featured reviews on knives, blades, axes, things like saws or outdoor equipment like that, you are going to like what you have here on Outer Limitless Blades. So do me a favor and subscribe below. Now, right away, as we get into this, you can see it's changing things up in terms of the knife pouch, which is cool. In the past, we had a little more of a slip design here, felt lined on the inside. Here, a Velcro enclosure, which helps to keep things kind of tidy. That mesh pocket there. This is a nice little case. Has that hook and loop field across the front so you can put a patch. Just really neat. I like this, and I feel like Oknife has stepped it up a bit. At least with their pouch, but what about the knife? Very typical in terms of what you get here, your little user's manual, cleaning cloth, your coin, which we will take a look at in a minute, and then the knife itself. So you remember I said the knife was made from aluminum. Now, what you may not realize is Olight and O-Sight as brands have their own aluminum now called OAL. Very similar in many ways to 7075. They have really durable coatings so that the coatings don't scratch. They have really strong aluminum, stronger than they're saying 7075, which is awesome. And so in the case of the Duron, if you look real close, you'll see that that says made of OAL. That's really cool. So at this point, Oknife is using their own brand and proprietary aluminum. I think that's really neat. And the knife flying open, that's awesome. So that's a real great blade shape. Very standard blade shape, but that's a good thing. Typical drop point design, subtle unsharpened swedge, nicely sharpened all the way along that secondary bevel. Excellent thumb studs. Little subtle jimping over the top. What a nice blade. This Duron is perfect. Very simple, but that's what it should be. Clean enclosure. Very nice. In terms of the steel, we're talking about Nitro-V. Nitro-V I do like. I think that's a perfect opportunity here, which Nitro-V, in my opinion, probably didn't need to be coated. So that, I think, is more of an aesthetic than anything else. Nitro-V would certainly have excellent corrosion resistance overall. But to me, Nitro-V is going to be a hard use steel. So the ability to really beat on your Duron and give this knife a hard time, I am going to pocket ride this as long as possible and maybe turn this into a long-term hard use, sort of more long-term test. So to me, where this is one of the first Oknife lights coming with the OAL, I would really like to see how this performs over time, how the finish looks after months of use, how the pocket clip holds up, and all of that. The Nitro-V steel, we'll see how it does. So I'm very curious to see how this performs in a long-term use case. And so I'm going to definitely do that starting today. Now, Oknife always doing a great job with their clips. Here you can see this simple deep ride design, flush screws. And the only problem with this type of design is sometimes if you get it caught, these will bend. So like right here, This may potentially bend if you get it snagged. I've been bending pocket clips like this like very regularly. It's just part of the business. There's not much you can do. It will tend to bend back. So if you remove the screws, take the pocket clip off and just bend it back, it will typically go back. But that's the only thing that I think might go wrong with this knife over prolonged use, but we'll see. As you can tell, the pocket clip can be reversed for right hand to left hand carry. So the lefties are in good shape there. And as we take a look underneath, you'll see that this is a frame lock design. So nice quality frame lock design, excellent lock up there, good and secure and stout. And deep inside that frame lock, you can see it has an insert, which is nice. So that's a replaceable insert in case it ever wore out or had issues. T8 hardware on the pivot screw, T8 hardware on your frame screws, and T6s on the pocket screw. Fairly standard at this particular point in time. I do like this tan color, actually literally perfect for me. I like that a lot. And on my Outer Limitless Lights channel, I am covering the Olight Warrior Ultra, also in tan. So well coordinated there. Nice job, Olight. Nice job, Oknife. Giving me the perfect pocket EDC setup in color combination. That's just awesome. You'll notice on the aluminum, this two-piece design mating up into almost a backspacer. Now, this is an opportunity where they could have run that all the way down and really bought some like super hard use comfort. I don't know that it's necessary for this knife. And of course that adds additional weight, but I do think that would have been a cool feature. I do like fully enclosed backspacers for my needs. I find it just aids in general comfort for those harder use tasks, but again, not a big deal. It's just interesting to see that they will be able to do some really neat things with this. And I think if they're careful and crafty with all the machining and detail they can put into this, they should be able to do some real neat stuff with the back spacers as well over time. Open design in the back here, buying yourself a little bit of a lanyard pin. So you can see you could certainly loop a lanyard around there if you so choose. I probably will not, but you can. Fairly open underneath, your ability to clean in there all the way through. So that is the benefit of having the open back spacer there. And no standoffs or anything needed. This is going to be good, stout, rigid, nice, clean design. Beautiful. Now on the inside, you can see that this has all been machined and just sculpted out as much as possible. That is the case on both sides. So machining out as much of the inside of that aluminum as possible for weight savings. But again, the action here, just great. Thumb studs, perfect. That drop point design, excellent, easy, EDC. I mean, just a straightforward design, but a perfect place to introduce the OAL aluminum. And I love the fact that this comes in Nitro-V. Here you can see the coin, very cool. These are little like collector's items, which are really neat. Some of their knives come with patches. The nicer ones like these coming with the coin. Very cool. And you can see branded Oknife on the back. So all in all, just a neat little product. Well thought through. Excellent job from Oknife. And so at this point, I expect this Duron to become part of a hard use long-term test. We're going to keep an eye out on the quality of this aluminum, see how it survives, check on the, like scratches or lack thereof, the overall condition of this after prolonged use. So starting now, this goes in my pocket. Look in the description box below where you can find all of the relevant links for where you can find your Duron, all the other great Oknife products. Thank you again to the people at Oknife for providing this for review, and for the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless brand of channels. At this point, I have a full family of channels, from outdoor hiking, camping gear on my Outer Limitless channel, firearms on Outer Limitless 2. Here on Outer Limitless Blades, I cover all things sharp and pointy, and ultimately my Outer Limitless Lights channel, where if you like the Oknife products, take a look at the Olight products I cover on that channel. So thanks again, guys. I greatly appreciate it. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.